everybody. Craig Shacklett from URComped here with another edition of Meet the Influencer. Today we've got a very special guest. It is Joe from Easy Life Slot Jackpots. Joe, thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Now, before we get into it, why don't we start off by just tell us what channels or what platforms you are on, and then how can people find you?
My main platform, I guess you would say, is YouTube, but since things have evolved, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and I guess that's pretty much it.
Nice. So on any of those platforms, you can just search Easy Life Slot Jackpots and find you?
Yep, and I will come up.
Perfect. So, Joe, how did you get started as an influencer in the casino industry?
I saw that this was years ago. I think I started in 2017. People were posting their videos on YouTube, and I was like, I could do that. I'm like, I gamble a lot. It sounds like fun, so I started to do it, and that's around the time that live streaming became popular, and I started to live stream from casinos, and my channel just kind of blew up in the very beginning. It was interesting.
So was there one particular live stream or one video you posted where it's like, oh my gosh, I got something here? Like it really took off more than maybe other ones before that?
I would say it was a fast build, but it wasn't something like that I had that you would say went viral. It was just kind of like everything just kept going up and up, and it was going at a pretty quick pace. And I was like, okay, I can keep doing this.
Nice. Now, how would you say Easy Life Slot Jackpots is different than other channels? Like what sets you apart in your opinion?
There's not many channels that are on the East Coast or New York, I guess you would say. So I kind of have that attitude, and I just call it like I see it. And some people appreciate it. I curse in my videos, so people like it resonates with people. When they have a crappy bonus, I'm gonna curse the machine out, and people are like, I do that too. So some people are more polished, but I'm definitely not polished at all.
You are who you are. They're getting the authentic Easy Life,
raw and uncut and unfiltered.
So would you say your audience, how would you describe your audience then, the fans of Easy Life?
I mean, it varies. I have, young people that follow me, and I have, older women that are in their 80s come up to me in the casino, and they're like, I effing love you. Like, I like, and that's just, so it's like a huge, broad spectrum of people. And I guess I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, with regards to when you're making your content, do you put much thought into like the information side, like educating your audience on the games you're playing? Is it strictly entertainment? Like how do you go about balancing that?
I play what I want to play. People will always make suggestions, and my answer to them, again, this is just me being raw, is it's my money. I'm going to play how I want to play. You're not going to tell me how to play with my money unless you're going to fund my gambling. So I play what I like. I know what's popular on the social media platforms. Some of the games I will play, but I don't specifically go out and play games just because I'm like, I know Buffalo Gold does really well, so I'm just going to sit on there and just play Buffalo Gold for hours. I would get bored out of my mind. But if you wanted, a successful channel, you would play the very popular games that people want to see. I just play what I like.
Nice. So you said as you were building, it was just kind of a real steady. It wasn't like you had some breakthrough, crazy big jackpot that went viral. But I guess now looking back, having the channel for several years, is there a particular piece of content that you felt like?
There's some videos that did extremely, extremely well. And to be completely honest, I couldn't answer you and tell you why they did extremely, extremely well. There's one video that's like one of my top videos, and it's not a jackpot. It's just me playing with two other people. So maybe people enjoyed the banter between the three of us. Maybe the algorithms liked the video because people watched it for a long time. So I can't really answer why. Then there is a video that I could remember that, I was betting $5 a spin on pennies, and I got a nice sized jackpot. It wasn't massive, but for that game to get a jackpot on $5 on penny denom, it's kind of rare. So the video did extremely well. So there's kind of, sometimes you shake your head with these algorithms and you think that a video is going to do really well and it does terrible. And then there are things that you upload and it does great. And you're like, I don't know how that happened.
Now, obviously in the word influencer kind of implies you influence people's behavior or how they think about things. Do you feel like any of the content you've made has influenced your audience to try a different game or visit a new property?
I'll give you a perfect example. For a long time, I was addicted to Dancing Drums Explosion. It's a slot machine. And I would say I was probably uploading 3 to 4 videos of that game every week. And because I was doing that and putting that out to my audience so much, I would just get the comments of people saying, I play it now because of you. And, now I sit on the machine for hours and you make me want to play the game, especially seeing wins on it. So people are going to want to play that game thinking that they might possibly win like that on that game. So I could definitely say, you can influence the audience to play a certain game based upon what you're putting out. Or maybe it's a crappy game and they saw you lose your ass on it and they're like, I'll never play that game again. So,
Right.
It can go both ways.
Now, how do you, kind of shifting gears a little bit, how do you measure success personally with your channel?
I kind of took this stance a long time ago that once I upload it, it's out of my control. I can't change anything. I uploaded the video, I edited how I thought that the audience might like to perceive it. So once it's uploaded, it's kind of in, the platform's hand to make it soar or make it bust. And I try not to get hung up on when videos don't perform well because I feel like it's out of my control.
Yeah. Looking forward, how do you think the role of influencers in the casino industry will change over the next few years?
I've seen it change a lot recently. A lot of casinos now are starting to, I guess, incentivize influencers to come out. Some, in my opinion, are good for the community and some are bad. I think it's probably only going to continue to evolve that more casinos will eventually, want influencers to come in because they will see the value in it. I'm not sure where it will go, but I don't think at the end of the day that it's bad for the influencers or the casino. I think it's a win-win for both parties.
And what do you think casinos can do to be more effective with their influencer marketing?
First, there's still probably hundreds of casinos in the country that don't allow influencers to come in and record the slot machines or the table games. So that would be the first thing, to allow people to come in and record and live stream in their casinos. We're not hurting anybody. And, some casinos now have even put their social media department in charge of those influencers, maybe watching their live streams, or they make them sign a document saying you won't show people, you won't show the cameras on the ceiling, you won't show the cage. So there's ways that the casino can also protect themselves. And that's the most important thing. And then as far as other aspects, if there's a new game that a casino has that maybe isn't doing well, they can, X the influencer. Why don't you do a live stream on this game or put out a couple of videos on this game? We have a new hotel. We have new hotel rooms. Can you put out a video on that? So there's lots of things. And for a casino, when you're dealing with influencers like myself and everyone else in the slot and gambling community, it's the best type of marketing because you're hitting that exact demographic that you would want to hit. You're not, it's not like you're putting an ad on television that you're putting out that people don't even gamble are watching, you're literally hitting your key demographic. Now, granted, the demographic is probably the whole United States, but it's still more targeted than any other advertising that they could probably do.
Mm-hmm. So let's say a casino executive is watching this and seeing this interview, and they're like, you know what? I haven't done it before. Our property hasn't done it before, but I'm going to reach out to Easy Life. Let's get this done. What does it look like? Like, if a casino wants to engage with influencer marketing, what can they expect?
Well, every channel or every influencer is different. Some just, want, hey, just put me up in a room and I'll do the rest. Just give me ability to live stream and record and, don't, have security watching me, standing behind my back, because some casinos, they did give approval to influencers, but they had to have a security escort. And it kind of felt like you were a child being watched, which isn't really fun. But, then there's probably some influencers that come with a price tag that will say, maybe they have a much larger audience. So they might say, I want X, Y, and Z to come out to your casino and do this. So, but, it's still, in my opinion, there's lots of influencers that will essentially do it for nothing, because the influencer might not have approval at any casinos that they could live stream at or record. So it's a win-win. So they now have a casino that they can get content at and live stream and record, and the casino can ask that influencer to, do whatever they want to promote.
Very good. Now, is there any influencer activity that casinos should know you mentioned earlier, like a lot of casinos are getting smart about having influencers sign a document like, hey, I won't film certain things, or
right.
Is there any influencer behavior that maybe has hurt the growth of influencers in the casino space? Some for influencers to think about, but also casinos to maybe get ahead of and mitigate.
I mean, there are some quote unquote influencers that were, in my opinion, bad apples for the community. I can name names, but I guess it's not irrelevant. But there is an influencer that goes around charging people $1,700 to essentially teach you how to play slot machines, which, if anyone is educated, they would know that there's really no way to play a slot machine. You just press a button and pray to God, right?
I'll teach people how to do that for $1,500. I'll put it out there. I'll undercut them.
So, people like that you would want to watch out for. There was another influencer that recently got arrested that was having people across the country send him money to gamble for people, and he was live streaming it at casinos. So people like that are bad for the community, but that doesn't speak for everyone. Any place is going to have a couple of bad apples. So there are things that casinos should look out for. But I mean, that's what these casinos have social media managers and departments for. They could essentially vet a channel. All you have to do is just look on their social media platforms and you could see exactly what they're about.
Now, just kind of wrapping up, how do you personally do anything beyond obviously putting out great content to kind of foster community and engagement amongst your followers?
I do. I kind of like speaking about those two people. I kind of got annoyed with the community in the fact that no one was speaking about the bad things that went on and kind of trying to almost protect the community from the people that were making it look bad or destroying it. Because that example that I said of that person that was gambling for other people, that casino that he was live streaming it at openly allowed people to live stream there. But because he was caught doing that, the casino now took the stance that they don't want anyone live streaming in the casino. So now he ruined it for a lot of people that were at that live streamed at that specific casino. So it was kind of like we were in the dark ages and we're getting these casinos to allow people to live stream, and now this person just put the casinos back in the dark ages where they're like, we don't want it, we don't want to deal with it. So to answer your question, I started to put out videos discussing essentially what was going on in the community and calling out these people.
Smart. No, that's great. Well, Joe, hey, thank you again so much for your time. We had to give your taught your coordinates at the top of the show, but why don't we start? Give it again, please. Like, how can people find you and get engaged with Easy Life Slot Jackpots?
Sure. So I'm pretty much on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and you could just search Easy Life Slots, Easy Life Slot Jackpots, and I will come up.
Well, Joe, it is a pleasure connecting with you again, sir, and look forward to doing it again in the future.
Okay. Thank you.